Anything you can say?
Y'all heard what Jay said. We gotta have the MRF. For a lot of people I talked to throughout the year, not getting good feedback. They don't fully understand the need of a federal presence. You may not realize how much you lose until you lose something. You don't want to lose what's happening over in Europe. Stuff like that come to USA. You deal with just more than common legislation. Sound, motorcycle issues, licensing, all that. If it happens in the federal, you're screwed. You have no recourse. The MRF is your only opportunity on that. We need help. I know your finances are tight, mine are, everybody. But I can't imagine it. As strong as our state is, it's not going to be anything if we lose the MRF. So whatever you can do, if you're not a member, become one. Those of you who are, thank you and stay a member.
What are we now? We just went up, didn't we? 35. It's 35 annually right now for an individual membership in the MRF. And that information is in Hoosier Motorcyclist every month. So try to get your members at county meetings and such. Get them to at least start looking at that page and understand what the MRF is doing and how to keep us informed, what they're fighting and working for. And then that membership application is right down at the bottom of the page. And that also just reminds us what an exceptional bargain and value membership in ABATE of Indiana is at $25. It's a steal. Sustaining members, very few counties. Every region is supposed to be. I think we've got one or two that are a little remiss right now, but regions are sustaining members. A sustaining membership in the MRF is $100 annually, and I think all but two of our regions are current. We have a few counties. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. I can't tell you which ones, but there are only a few counties that are sustaining members. And then the other thing, and Gino's going to talk to you about this later, we do have to be careful not to rob Peter to pay Paul, if you will. So if your county is very strong or you have the ability to go out and raise new monies, found monies, if you will, for the MRF, that's a great thing. But we don't want to cripple or hinder our own organization or our own county to help out something over here. So it's kind of like when you're riding the airplane, they say if you're traveling with someone who needs assistance, take care of yourself first. Reason is, if you're not there to take care of them, it's not going to do them any good anyway. So take care of yourself first. But if you have the ability to help out in any way, personally, corporately, or through your county, or have the ability to do a fundraising event rather than do something for somebody that maybe is not as involved or invested in motorcycling, do a fundraiser for the MRF. It would really be appropriate and helpful right now. There's another question?
I was just going to say, we are, as a county, we are a sustaining member, and Rick got us into it. We had done it a couple years ago, and it missed us through the leadership change of the county officers, and then we just renewed it again. So
thanks, Whistler. So Morgan County is. What other counties are currently sustaining members?
Carroll County, Elkhart County.
Carroll, Elkhart, Cos.
Lake.
What is it?
Lake.
Lake. Okay. It's a lot of the northern counties that take that as a challenge, if you will. Start. Northern county. Appreciate that. Appreciate all you're doing. Just continue to do as much as you can. HIPAA, with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, continues to be a little bit of a question and a concern to make sure that motorcyclists are not unfairly targeted or that activities that are legal activities are not discriminated against. Rick?
Yeah, does ABATE as an organization as the state, are we still prepared?
Yeah, and those of you that have been around for a while know that we hit some troubling times about 7-8 years ago where financially ABATE of Indiana was in some pretty significant peril. So as we recovered, there was 1 year that we made no contribution, zero, to the MRF. That was about 8 years ago. Prior to that, most of the time we contributed $1 per member, which right now would be about $28,000. This year, where did we go this year? 16? No. What did we do? Yeah, we went half that, didn't we? 50 cents a member, didn't we? Yeah.
14 in a row.
So we did $14,000 was our contribution this year. We are the largest single contributor to the MRF, but we really want to try to get back to that point where we are comfortable enough that we can bump that up to that dollar, because $28K from ABATE of Indiana would go a long ways toward helping the MRF too. But that in and of itself isn't going to fix the problem. We still need to try to get memberships to sustain, and we need to get other SMROs to be able to respond to that same level. But yeah, we've built our way back up. After that year where we contributed nothing, we contributed $5,000, a flat fee, worked our way up to $10,000, and we've been $11,000, $12,000 the last couple of years. We're $14,000 this year, 50 cents a member. But our goal is to maybe, hopefully even by next year, get that up to $1 a member. We need your help to make our organization strong so we can afford to do that. So good questions. If you have any specific questions about things going on at the federal level, we should address some of those now, but bear in mind, if it comes in up here, it's going to supersede anything that happens down here. So we've got to make sure that we've got the ability to do what we need to down here. Kenny?
Well, if in the regions we have an MRF membership drive, or at our meetings or events, well, I guess we can get all that material straight from the MRF, or do we have that at the state office?
We've got it at the state office as well.
Membership applications?
Yeah. Actually, Mark produces those forms, so we've got a number of them at the state office. It's actually a nice little trifold multicolor brochure right now, too. It's pretty attractive. And if you read it, and you get your members to read it, it's pretty impressive. And it really does let you know why the MRF needs to be there. So I encourage you to look at it yourselves. Go visit the MRF website, www.mrf.org, and get your members and even people that aren't members there, because we really, really need this. We're looking at a new Congress right now. As I said, NHTSA, NTSB, FHWA, they're all out there looking at motorcycles. And as Dan Jeffries can tell you, whether we like it or not, this whole concept of safer crashing, while it doesn't work well for motorcyclists, it's working extremely well with automobiles. People are surviving crashes on the interstate now at 75 miles an hour that they didn't survive 25 years ago. Crush zones, airbags, all that stuff that we don't necessarily like, it works because people are surviving those. As we said earlier, with the fuel being at the price it was this year, a lot of time this summer, people weren't driving as many miles as they did maybe last year. So exposure's down. We may see some record low numbers in motor vehicle fatalities this year. Meanwhile, we may see some record high numbers in motorcycles, some of them for the same reason. People that haven't been riding their bikes for the last 5 or 6 years dusted it off out of the back corner of the garage. They could ride it back and forth to work to save money when fuel was $4 a gallon. So motorcycle exposure up, car exposure down, safer crashing working over here, further down, more bikes on the road. I mean, we're broadening the separation between the two, which is just waving a red flag for them to come after us. So we've got to remain vigilant because they're going to be looking at it.